back again. Let's chit chat. The Hurried Child, we got to go ahead and get on into it. Time is of the essence. Um, so I'm sure I'm not the only one. What's up, Eric? Um, the Hurried Child. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's heard of or who has witnessed a phenomenon. It used to be that a gray wig or extensions would be something that you would wear at Halloween. Now, I want you, this is some phenomenal stuff right here. When I was a little boy, there was a character named Elvira, and she wore this black dress, and she had black hair, and it had this white streak in it, and which is funny that a lot of villains have that hairstyle with the black hair with the white streak. Okay, now a phenomenon is going on where it is popular now to wear a silver wig or a wig with white streaks in it and so forth. Um, and we're not talking about elderly women, and most of the time elderly women ain't buying no gray wig. They're like, if I'm gonna get a wig, I'm gonna get me some black hair. So for women to wear these extensions now, and this ain't got nothing to do with all the you ain't wearing no natural hair and I don't even care. I'm just talking about specifically this color, silver. And something else I've noticed is looking at furniture. Has anybody else noticed that one of the more popular colors in furniture is silver? Gray or silver furniture. Now I don't see things as happening in a vacuum, so then my spidey sense starts to go off. Why is it all of a sudden silver wigs are popular and silver furniture, gray furniture? And it made me think about a video, I guess, I don't know if it's the last video or whatever, I don't even know. I think I mentioned the concept of the Hurried Child. And I wanted to piggyback on that. The Hurried Child. I don't think this is... No, it ain't no think. I know that there's something to this. And it's a lot of stuff I've already said, but it's worth repeating. That as you see technology picking up, well, naturally, people have to pick up their pace to keep up with the moving technology. Now, from a quantum standpoint, the busier you are, the faster time moves. It's quantum, but it's just basic common sense. Everybody knows, okay, if I want the time to pass, let me just stay busy. But we never really understood that it literally makes the time go faster when you stay busy. Now, if there is an attempt to hurry the child, now what do I mean by hurrying the child? Meaning an attempt for the child to season in one way faster, that does not allow the seasoning to go on in another way. Meaning external seasoning, but not enough time for the juices and the marinade to penetrate into the middle of the meat, so to speak. You know, there's no time for it to season. Season means to age. Okay, you put out so many different things that are speeding up the flow of them, draws more attention, occupies more time, time speeds up, people get older, people do not get wiser, a whole incarnation is wasted. Now this is on all levels. You want to look at, well, what's the real most diabolical thing about, let's just say, GMO foods. Everybody talks about GMO. What's the real issue with GMO foods? They speed up your clock. Girls start getting menstrual cycles earlier than normal. Boys getting facial hair 4th grade, 5th grade, looking at children now and they look older. That's the hormones in the food. And I've been just sitting thinking about it, just from stuff we already know, but trying to think, well, what's the driving force other than just, and it's the hurried child. The hurried child, I'm talking about on all levels, a physiological level, mental level, spiritual level, hurried child. My grandmama always say, y'all this the microwave generation. Y'all want everything, what she say? Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. That's what she say. Y'all want everything wham, bam, thank you, man. It's the microwave generation. And what does the microwave do? It cooks the food faster, but it robs it of its essence. Put a hot dog in the microwave, it comes out shriveled. Yeah, it's hot, but it's shriveled. It aged too much, dried it all out, And this is something that really needs to be thought about. Because I wanted to subtitle this Lost Light. That's the title of a book by Gerald Massey, 2-volume set, Lost Light. Was it Gerald Massey? Or is it him? Lost Light. Is it Gerald Massey? Or it was no. His student. I can't remember his name. Tip of my tongue. But either way, it's the title of a book. But there's this little guy, I think he's like 7 or 8 years old, and he's blown up on the internet. It just so happened to pop up in my search on YouTube, and his name is Blaze the Great. I think that's what they call him, Blaze the Great. Now, they was talking about how his videos, he got all these moves. He's a little football player. He's almost like the human joystick. And of course he's getting all this attention. And LeBron James put something on his Twitter and da. On the surface, this looks great. It's like, man, look at this little fella. He's doing his thing. He got little abs and everything. Like this little boy is in, ridiculous shape. But when you pull back the covers and really sit and look at this, and you think about the little characters like Raz B, Omarion, Bow Wow, Michael Jackson, Todd Bridges. Think about all the Christy Applegate. What's the girl's name? Crazy one, used to be with Justin Timberlake. Britney Spears. Look at all these little child superstars and look at their eyes before they even make it to adulthood. The light is gone. Lost light. The hurried child. The hurried child is a phenomenon, a diabolical phenomenon. See, patience is virtue. Patience is virtue. There's beauty to learning how to endure, because some things is not for you at certain times. I don't care how much you think you colder than ice. You are some things you don't run on your carnal mind as far as the clock you think. There's a greater clock, you know. But the microwave cooks the meat faster. Just throw it on in there. I'm hungry, I'll just eat rubber. But there's a beauty in letting things simmer. The light will last longer. You even learn that as you get older with having sex. This is not a sprint. This is an endurance race. This thing is on all levels of existence. The hurried child. Rush here, rush there. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I got to be the first. I got to be the da-da-da. Who's popping? Who's da-da-da? I got to be at the center. I got to stay relevant. Da-da-da-da. The hurried child. And we ain't just talking about no children. We talking about 40-something-year-old people, 50-something-year-old people, 60, 30-something. This is a phenomenon. The hurried child. Lost light. So this little boy, little Blaze the Great, you don't have to be no rocket scientist. You know it's coming. That light's gonna burn out. I'm so happy that I was too fat when I was a little boy to make the weight limit for Little League. I wanted to play football so bad. And when they finally was going, a couple years later, had changed it to where, you know, because all them little piglets in the county, you know, shoot, they let them boys come out and play. They could be 400 pounds, and they'll let them teeter out there and play some Little League football. In the city, they give us all the restrictions, you know, because, you know, you got to control that speed. So you got more rules in the city. So when they was gonna let me, my daddy still wouldn't let me go out there and play. I was heartbroken. That was wisdom, because he knew the coaches who were coaching the Little League football, and my daddy used to be a coach, so he knew the fundamentals. And he said, I'm not letting you go out there and learn all that wrong shit. And he also knew that people who didn't like him would take that opportunity to cowardice to come at him, and would take the opportunity to try to take it out on me as his child. Wisdom. But when I finally got my chance to play football, I had a light that had been developing for all these years, a hunger. And when I got a chance to put on some pads, boy, I was a monster. Because I had waited, and so many of my little, you know, my contemporaries, man, they had been Little League stars. Some of them had already burnt out by high school. The majority of them had to unlearn the bad techniques they learned in Little League. On top of the light already halfway burnt out. By the time I got out there 7th grade, I'm 13 or so, somewhere around there. I'm ready to kill. I'm ready to eat. There's beauty in letting your light develop and not trying to be in a hurry to get everywhere. And some things you have to accept that you ain't going to know. That's the point. It don't say you're supposed to stop pursuing, but you're not going to be able to know every footstep. You're not. That's part of the game. You are not. Like I told you in the last video, My high school coach said he was more concerned with how we recovered. You develop your light, you take time to let it develop and grow, and you have more staying power. You have more power to take take a lick, absorb it, and then come back. See, when people don't like you, a lot of times it's not. It's what is more disturbing to people is your ability to take, accept trauma, absorb trauma, and then bounce back. It's not that stuff. Something bad happened to you. They don't take as much joy. They take they take well, yeah, they would be more overjoyed if you could not respond. That's what I'm trying to say. It's your ability to respond is that's bothersome. That right there is deific. That's God like. That is cosmic. That's divine right there. And some of this stuff just come from letting that light develop. So if I hurry the child, I can speed up all of the external things. I can pump you full of glutamine and protein. I'm sorry, creatine, the branch chain aminos. I can pump you with all this stuff. Train you 2 times a day, and your musculoskeletal system will be ridiculous. But inside that head is a baby brain that never developed. That is a symptom of the hurried child. So it just really triggered that with the gray wigs, the gray furniture, slowing down. You're speeding up certain things. You speed up the cadence of lyrics. Everything's faster. Yeah, it's faster. You can spit. I think they call it spitting on the eighths or whatever, or instead of the thirds or something. So it's faster, but the actual thought process is slowing down, or should I say, the quality of the thought, the frequency that the thought can create. The words are fast, but the frequencies are low. Okay? But these are symptoms of the hurried child. That's all I got. Check these comments. I can't go back so far. 16, you'll be better off than those of us who may have found the information out later. Okay, I missed that. Thank you. I've been on this since 14 years old. Do you have videos? If so, oh wow, somebody on here is 14, 16. Hey, I don't do videos. I just, okay. Oh, okay. Eric said, I think that's what happened to my man over here. He just, I love how he's digging in his nose with no scruples. I mean, he dug in his nose and he was not concerned about me being on the left side of him and just getting a full profile of that pointer finger on the left hand just going up in his nose. There's a certain beauty in how arrogant he was, and he didn't care. It was the point was there's a booger in my nose. Man, so what was I talking about? Yeah, Oh, said by Michael Jackson. Yeah, Michael Jackson. He perfect example of the hurried child. You know, um, another thing too that since I'm thinking about it is you see a lot of NBA players now, and their sons are damn. They got their sons damn on YouTube. Um, LeBron James. They all cussing me out. I got stuck right here where I can't turn. Um, there you go. Hit your brakes. Um, LeBron James, what's my man? Is it Dwayne Wade? I can't remember nobody's names. Um, Shaquille O'Neal's son. Everybody. A lot of these guys got their sons on the internet, and they get all these hits and this and you can see this thing boiling. Like, is LeBron James' son, is he as good as LeBron James was at 12 and this and that, and it's ridiculous. you know. And another example of the hurry, um, something else. It's everywhere. The pageants, the you sit back and just start looking at lives and things, and you can see like what a little subtle things be going on that can light, you know. And it's not to say just to be completely dismissive of everything and completely jaded, but it's best to have some semblance of balance mentally, you know, just so you don't get caught up in things, you know. Um, the real things going on are subtle, and I would say this is far more diabolical than anything going on with Bill Cosby, because that is, a deliberate attack on the subconscious mind, just that whole thing. But in comparison to greater things going on, it's minuscule. I mean, it's when you talk about speeding up a person's age process without them getting any wisdom, that's horrific. You're talking about, if you buy into the concept of reincarnation, we're talking about a way of building the new factory. The new factory is going to be your whole life. So a whole incarnation can be wasted. They showed a movie with Tom Cruise where he keeps going. It was The Edge of Tomorrow. Keeps the same. I mean, now that's diabolical. A whole life of sleepiness. I tell you, man, it's crazy. You don't see people, another thing. Hell, while I'm on my another thing tip, look, the whole world is set up on a pyramid scheme. You present somebody who's making it, and then that person tell you all the things you do to make it. You can make it like me. And I'm not saying, to throw in the towel on life, but I just want to break down something now. So let's just take YouTube. I talked about this before too. You get somebody who's got like, I hate to pick on my man Ralph Smart, but he's somebody that a lot of people are familiar with, and I got to go. But the constant, the constant job you have to be on to acquire attention, that is enough to drive somebody insane. So we always see people and we think everything is, man, if you could just be like that, da da da. But I've been on this little thing, just kind of looking at the eyes of some of the people with certain size channels, just looking at them, not really listening to what they're saying, look at their eyes, and you can see it's the drain of, hey guys, I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in a couple of weeks, or I'm sorry I haven't posted, no, not a couple of weeks, I posted a video 3 days, I'm sorry to leave you guys hanging, just been work. To feel the pressure that I got to go and tell somebody I'm sorry, who gives a damn? You'll see when you see me. But to feel like you have to apologize to people for living the hurried child. I mean, that light is getting drained. Who gives a shit about if somebody you build up the thing that this based on attention, and I got to stay relevant, so I got to explain da 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 da. I ain't got to explain shit. But this other drain of, man, the stuff that it is the subtle things. It's the subtle things. So I had to go back and examine myself. Like, I want to make sure I don't ever force no upload just because I was like, well, I haven't put up, I need to stay relevant. No. I'm going to have me a structured diet in this regard. And you need to have a structured diet about how much of this stuff you take in, whoever it is. I'm not going to try to fill up your search with 3-4 uploads a day or one every day. Listen, if the spirit moves that way, yeah, but just to do it because it's no, that's a problem. It done became a problem now. It's the subtle stuff. It's the subtle stuff going on. We ain't, that everybody's involved in, and we look at the small things. They do matter. They object. This subtle stuff, it's global. It's big. We're talking about managing resources. Your attention is a resource. One of the few, even the poorest person, actually has some control over. For now. Just some stuff to think about. Brother Jamal, mastersofthecosmos.com, reminding you to stay down, which means stay grounded until you get up. Get up is an understanding. You're never supposed to stay in one position. So if you're feeling down, know that you're supposed to come up. You're not supposed to worship depths. You're supposed to worship the fact that you can transition out of it, and that you can fall again and transition again. Because you understand the true meaning of Lord is Lord. Potential. All. That's everything. So that means I can't experience times low, and then all of a sudden, back up on my feet. You see it coming. It's Brother Jamal, mastersofthecosmos.com, reminding you to stay down until you get up. And when you get up, stay down.